Well, hello people, and welcome back to part 3 of our Manor Lords Update 4 series. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Enjoying the ambience of the village as we receive a brand new message where we have raiders are on the way, which is absolutely terrifying. We will track their movements, we'll see where they come from. 122 days left before they come and attack us. How some trees are felled. Last episode we started to specialise our food economy down the apples and honey route, which seems to be working out quite nicely. Everyone over here is wonderfully happy. I'd love to take the opportunity as well to, I think, up our tax rates a little bit. But I might even pay a touch more tithe. I'm going to go to 20% land tax, I think. We'll see how that works out for us. We do have a little bit of headroom over here. And I think with us having multiple level 2 houses now, we can begin to look at investing in the tavern. So let's set up that production chain. So we bought a horse last episode. We could buy another one for them, but we'll get this done first. So we want to come into, it's not food, is it? It's craftable materials, I believe. It is indeed. So we want malt. This is a minor trade, so we do not need to purchase the trade route. And I want to go for a import of malt, and let's say I want a surplus of at least 20. That's going to cost us 14 per import price, which we do have a little bit of money at the minute, and we are selling a lot of this stuff as well. How are we doing for selling those war bows? We've got 97 in stock with a 30 surplus. Yeah, we should establish the trade route really, shouldn't we? Go ahead and do that while I've got the cash for it. And I wouldn't also mind importing some spears at some point today as well, because we don't really have that many spearmen, so we could do with doing that. But either way, that allows us to import malt, and we now need to send that malt to a new artisan, which is going to live here, and we are going to set up our brewery extension. Of course, we'll lose us a family from the work pool, so important to make sure that you do have those spare workers. Indeed, you are following along. Wonderful news. Our little industry area over here doesn't have a road at the minute, so let's go ahead and draw them one out. Over there, and I guess over here as well. Might not be too long as well before we think about bringing in another ox into the settlement too, as industrial demands begin to grow, of course. Otherwise, I think we'll head over. Got no space left for production at the saw pit, have we? Is everything okay here? You guys are just... yeah, you're just blitzing through that, aren't you? You really are. I wonder if we need another large storehouse worker then. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Things are starting to pile up in our production chains, then they're going to need to be brought to the storehouse a bit quicker. Over toward the next town, to the wonderful town of Wildfeld that we established last episode as well. I would love to bring in the mine to this, because this is going to be a really fun production chain for us. So we need some extra saw pit stuff here. Let's come ahead and get this going. We do need... where is everyone here? We don't have the pack station working yet, do we? No, we don't. So let's go ahead and wait for 4 planks that we need for our mine. I know we have no unassigned families, but it's just a temporary problem. There we go. Get them back out again. And now we want to set up our new mining pit, which is going to be all the way over here, which is quite the walk, but it should be okay, I think. So where do we want to send you guys? We're kind of coming down a bit of a hill here, aren't we? So let's do our road curvature. I wonder if we can maybe do a bit of a switchback thing here to respect the topography, if you will. Might be quite cute. And then this is just going to run down the town and can connect into here currently. So that iron mine is essentially going to pay everything toward Shackspits, our first settlement, and we'll kind of talk through how that's going to work in a second here as well. So we have a few jobs here. The pack station here will come into use eventually, but not immediately. How are we doing for logs? Do you have a worker family? Work in the logging camp. There's still a few trees around them to clear, so we don't need to relocate it just yet. But now that we have iron arriving here in Wildfeld, it will continue to stockpile these once the mine is built anyway. We now need to come back to our pack station in Shaxbits, and we are going to set up our trade here. So our partner is going to be Wildfeld, and we are going to send them honey in return for iron ore, which is a pretty terrible trade for Wildfeld. We are taking their precious metals in return for bee juice, which doesn't seem a fair trade, but thankfully due to my dictatorship attitude, they don't have a choice. I'd also like to get working on upgrading the church today as well, for which we will need to... Did we set up the thing last episode? I'll have to remind myself. In a few days since I played. We did. Let's go ahead and get that mining pit working then, because I want them to start collecting some clay. And then let's also get the animals being hunted again too. We do have a family in there, don't we? We do indeed. So let's come down to our industry in this town. So I want to grab the bloomery first of all, although we do need some... Were you guys debranching trees? We do some logs here, please. Let's go ahead and leave our game on a little bit of 3 speed. And super. Now we have some logs. So we want to grab the clay furnace first of all, and let's align this with our road, so we can kind of create a bit of an industrial corner on this junction here, can't we? So our clay furnace is just going to make us the tiles. This is only going to be a temporary building. We won't be using a lot of that clay. Then I want to come ahead and grab the bloomery, which is going to take the iron ore that we receive from Wildfeld and turn that into iron bars, which we can immediately sell at the trade post, of course. Or we can then turn that into tools at the smithy, which can then be sold for even further money. So let's get that one just across the street, and we can have a little bit of industry here around our town centre. I think that should be quite a lot of fun. So we'll wait for these to be built. Now whilst that does continue to happen, I'd love to expand our apple production capacity here on the edge of town. So I want to kind of do a bit of detailing here as well in terms of how I want to see the apple orchards flow this side of the map. I'd love to have... Oh, we accidentally built a little bridge there, did we? We did not. Didn't mean to do that. It's fine, it's fine. I guess we could... we just go straight across here with the bridges? Not enough goods. It's 55 planks to do that one. Okay, that's fine. That's not what we're here to do anyway. Yeah, I want to position some new apple production burgage plots against the edge of town here. I want these ones to be quite big. Bring our road character down a little bit as well. And again, using the same trick we did here last episode to force the house into the tiny corner while the workspace fills the whole space here, right? That's kind of what I want to do again. Let's see if we can do it. So let's bring... how much space do we have to fill here? Can we do probably 2 burgage plots in this space? I reckon we can. So let's come up a little bit further and a little bit wider as well. Something about there. And then let's run that all the way up to there. And now we can come into our burgage plot. We only need 2 logs for this one. And that's exactly what I wanted to fill right there. Cool. So that'll give us another house. That'll go ahead and get built. And then let's do a similar thing pretty much right here as well. Let's run our road up against the river here. And eventually one day, as this town continues to grow out, we should just have apple orchards along the river, which should be quite a visually nice thing as well, shouldn't it? So again, this one wants to be a fair old size. Not too big though, otherwise it will take them just forever to kind of harvest and plough it. Let's bring that one down into there. And again, where is it? I want the house to sit here. Probably this side, I imagine, isn't it? So let's run our awkward spot about there. And then we can hook that in. Just a quick brief check. We haven't missed any bandit camps spawning in, have we? I do want to make sure we catch some more bandits today, because that influence is going to be very important for our expansion. If I can find out where I've teleported to, wonderful. Yep. Do we have that next burger spot in? We do, wonderful. So again, just want this one to sit. Looks like we can possibly split this one up into 2 plots, I think. And have that one there, and then we can have another one sat around this way. So let's do and just some slight road manipulations, and then I want to have this one fill that one there. Again, if we bring it down into just one plot, we're going to get this big workspace behind, and then the house kind of sits in this awkward little outcrop. So it's not an exact science to it, but it definitely helps kind of shape the burgage plot, I think. The people don't seem to be too annoyed by that taxation increase. They're still pretty happy. Do we have people living here yet? We don't. So let's go ahead and get those living spaces brought in too. And now we're going to have some much wider food production houses just on the edge of town, which will pretty much stay at level 1 their entire lives, I think. Did our brewery get complete? It did indeed. So let's have a look at the advanced tab. And are we producing beer yet? Oh yes, we are. Wonderful, fantastic, cool. Let's get someone in the tavern then. Brilliant. Hopefully these new families that are coming in all the time will be able to increase our trade output as well at some point. That'd be fantastic. Let's head back to Wildfeld, indeed, where hopefully the mine has been complete. It has indeed, so let's get that working. That's going to be a really important sort of point of economy for this town. So that ore is going to come down into Wildfeld. It's going to be stored at the storehouse before the pack station at Shackspitz, which needs to be stocked now, or populated at least. We also need to buy them a mule. And then those guys will now take our honey from here, send it to Wildfeld, and bring back the iron ore, which of course will be stored in our large storehouse. And then it will go down to the bloomeries, the smithies, and then we can factor that into our trade as well. We have dropped slightly below the approval, of course, as I said that, so let's make sure we're keeping everyone nice and varied here. That church level is going to be really important, I think, so I really want to focus on that next. We just need the clay furnace working, so let's get that done. Let's take someone out of our logging camp. They can come ahead and work at the clay furnace. How many was it we needed? Was it 10? How much clay do we have? 10, perfect, cool. So we can make those clay tiles. And the stone, we are exporting the stone, aren't we? But we should have enough of it. We've still got people in our stone camp. Yep, there's still a family in there, which is great. We've got another burger spot over here that could be upgraded. 50 regional wealth for the apples, which I really want to lean into. So I think I'll just wait until we get a little bump in regional wealth there to upgrade those new apples out here. I'll go ahead and get all these living spaces done pretty much straight away as well, because extra headroom is really going to help us in terms of just managing this settlement, I think. But otherwise, everyone's pretty happy. We've got a war very soon in 39 days, which we need to be prepared for. Our current roster of merry men should be able to deal with that. And they can recruit another unit of archers. I might even grab another unit of spears as well. We'll drag them in order. We've also got the retinue, which I wouldn't mind actually buying some further retinue before we go to war. Let's customize and get an extra unit in. That gives us 8 in total. Because they're both really powerful for the enemy and for us as well, those retinue. They're very good in battle. Wonderful, there is that extra income. So you will now begin to produce apples. I want to get those working because they do take a few years to come to fruition if you're Enjoy the pun. Now, apiaries? Are we still stocking a decent amount of honey? I know a lot of it's been traded and taken away now as well. We do need... Yes, we got 3 months worth of food at the minute. How are things looking here? Meat, the berries and the honey. We've got our hunters working here with the meat. So currently when our berries die, they're very nearly about to come back anyway. We do suffer with food a little bit in Shack's Pits, which I'm hoping that these burgage plots are going to help with that when they eventually start to produce. But we'll wait for that. Let's have a look at our pack station here as well. Where are people here transporting? You're sick, dear me. Barbara is heading. So look at that, isn't that cool? Got Linhart a bit further down the road as well. So these guys are walking back from Windfeld with iron ore, and then Fritz is currently not very well at all. You guys should have the mule, which should help you move things a bit quicker. Which hopefully isn't too far away from arriving. Do we have our mule here yet? I'm going to tell this to look for livestock. Yeah, we do have our mule. Is it... I'm interested in the location of it. Maybe it's still on its way from the livestock trader, perhaps. Oh, just something I'd like to look at eventually as well. A livestock building for this town. But otherwise, we've got... Do we have a stocked pub here? It's just got the one pint in at the moment. You just roll the barrel in. There we go, there we go. People are enjoying the pub now. It's starting to come stocked with that beer from the storehouse. Considering how long that took to arrive, actually, it might be a sign that maybe we need some more granary workers. He is enjoying a hearty meal of apples and beer. Wonderful stuff. With the Lord just staring at him, of course. So either way, looks like the winter is beginning to break off of the town now. See the Lord's Manor just up the top of the hill there, although it's blocked by the industry now, isn't it? Wonderful. Let's focus on that church upgrade next. I really want to make sure we get that done. How are we doing for those building materials, roof tiles? We just need the stone. Let me change this to 25 for right now. Because we need some of that stone. We also don't need the clay furnace working anymore, that's all sorted now. And we also don't need the clay... Oh, bandit camp. Bandit camp. Let's go ahead and check that out. We don't need people working at the clay pit anymore. Bandit camp was sighted. Where? Where? Oh, that is very close, isn't it? That is very close. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Okay. Another ruler's army was sighted. Where are you boys coming from? Yeah, we're going to beat you to that. That's no problem. Okay. Let's head home and we will summon... Don't think we'll need the retinue. Summon all the men to go deal with these bandits. Although the raiders are also 7 days away. What? They're already coming. Because they spawned within range of us, which is... dangerous, I think. It sounds like it is dangerous. Looks like we're going to get another battle on the bridge here. Line of power, spears and archers, and then we'll go ahead and clear out that camp. And hopefully this is all going to happen in time for the raiders arriving, because they are on their way. Yeah, so they're coming down the bridge here. Or down the hill, rather. Should be a pretty easy win. These bridges are pretty overpowered with bottleneck, and I'm actually hoping to fight the final battle with Lord Hildebot on one of these bridges. And there's the band of raiders. Enemy unit has been spotted. Where are you coming from? Are you being serious? You're coming from there? You're coming from there? Whilst I'm fighting the bandits? Are you being serious? Are you being serious, Manor Lords? Is this what I deserve after supporting your game. Right. We need a unit of archers back here. Of course, we're being attacked from 2 different directions at the same time. It never ever goes smoothly, does it? These should get a good scene to pretty quickly, these outlaws. And for the meantime, I'm hoping you come this way. Because if you don't... And where's the other man? Okay, we got 2 fronts to fight on here. Also got 18 this side too. Yeah, you come and line up with the retinue. Come block the road here. And then our archers come and sit behind for right now. We'll likely try and flank you around to get some better shots. This fight here is about to kick off. Archers are firing. As soon as this is done, we can send them over to fight the other battle. Most important thing here with this bottleneck is that we keep these shots on the side coming in, because it really just trashes them. I also don't want Lord Hildebolt's army to raid that camp as well. That would be another substantial loss. They should be alright. They're still quite far away, aren't they? They're trying to get to the raider camp to take the loot, which I want.
Can I stay with the drink?
Also losing a bit of approval here as well. Maybe that taxation rate was too high. Can you guys shoot here now? It'd be great if you could. Can we fall back a little bit with the men? With the bridge is blocking them slightly. There we go, now they're shooting again. Perfect. Get over here. Immediately. Please. Please get over here. Move the archers forward a little bit. See if we can line up our archers now behind. Reform these spears at the edge of town. Let's bring the retinue behind them slightly. Cool. Let's see if we can bait their attack here. I'd rather fight them out in the open here than them come anywhere near the town. Really don't want Lord Hildebolt to capture that camp. He's still got a long way to march there yet. Although he is already there. I'm gonna take these spears. I want them to go get the camp. I really don't want to lose that one. Yeah, can you boys come up here? I want to grab their attention. Get them out of the trees. Although the archers are firing upon them, they're not. Come and grab them. I don't know where they're headed there. There we go. I think they're trying to go for our archers, weren't they? See if we can bring them around the side. Oh yeah, we're going to get bring the retinue out here. Focus fire on them. And then bring the archers around this side here to kill these. And hopefully that should be okay. Talk about stressful, right? This is supposed to be a nice chill city building series. It turns out we're now fighting on multiple fronts. Can you shoot here? Yeah, you can. No retinue. Don't let them engage the archers. Archers in melee combat is no fun. Please fight the retinue. There you go, now shoot them. Gonna run the flank again a little bit more. They're definitely shooting. We have lost a retinue already, which is a bit annoying. Maybe a sign we should upgrade some of their armor relatively soon. Nice. Let's kill these. Wicked. Nice one, boys. Very well played. Everyone disband. And now with our spear militia, we can come and claim the bandit camp. That was wild, wasn't it? That was absolutely wild. Holy smokes. Right. We did it though. We now have enough influence to launch a claim to a second province. What's this? Towsonbrook? Seems pretty appealing. It's almost an exact setup of what we've got over here with another rich iron deposit. And which is very good for money. But this one down here is a super fertile province. So I think we're going to claim under Dawnlie is how I'm going to pronounce that. So we'll see if we can get it. Also gives us this position on the cliff as well, which I quite like to explore with some building. Oh goodness me, yes, that taxation rate is proving a little bit much, isn't it? My apologies, let me bring that back down to 10. We're also sending quite a bit of food to the church as well, aren't we, for that influence, but we did just get quite a bit of influence, so let's bring that back down to 7 now as well. And we can very nearly upgrade this. How much stone are we getting here? Our building material, there's a new message. So do we want to send this to the treasury? Or to the nearest town? We're still making pretty decent money through trade. Especially once those apples come in. And the iron as well, that trade's only going to get more increased, isn't it? So I'm going to send it to the Lord's treasury. Because it's going to allow me to build up the retinue, which is really what I want. Especially since we lost 2 of them. God damn it. God damn. Need a worker at the church. We've got some bodies to bury over here. Make sure we get rid of that before it starts to affect our happiness. People are harvesting. Are you sure? Do you not want to bury the bodies? Oh, yeah, there you go. Gravedigger, was there? Yeah. Yeah, collecting a dead body. Perfect. We're starting to collect the bodies now. And I wanted to upgrade my retinue, didn't I? So let me do that immediately. We'll have 1. Yeah, let's go for 10. Let's get 10 in. Because they're so strong. It just makes sense to have them. Did we have people move in here? Oh, they're in mourning. How sad. While family members mourn their loss, they will not accept any new members into their household until the mourning period is over. Well, can I cheer you up with an apple orchard, maybe? Because we do need some more food. Right, you guys come home. That was absolutely hectic, wasn't it? How's Wildfell doing? My apologies, gents. I've just absolutely ignored you all. I've been working over here. How are we doing? Food and fuel still pretty good over here. Let's stick someone back into the woodcutters. Let's take them out the logging camp for a little bit. Got 28 logs over here. That should be fine for a little while. And that honey is making it to market now. The stuff that's arriving from Shaxpits, which is great. But these guys have got brilliant food variety. Yeah, there's that iron coming in now as well. So they've got 23 iron. So how much does Shaxpits has now? 9. Which is alright, that's fine. I really want to get this upgraded though. I think what I'm going to do is turn the saw pit off for a little bit. Because I'd quite like to begin stockpiling some logs over here. And we're still alright for fuel this province, aren't we? Yeah, nearly 2 years worth of fuel. Our berries are back. Bring people back into the berries, and I'm going to remove an apiarist temporarily. We also will start collecting our berries again. That's wonderful news. I also wouldn't mind the herb garden at some point as well. And then let's start processing the iron into bars. So in terms of what we're going to do for trade there, the pub is pretty much staying stocked. There's 67 pints in the large granary. I feel like we need another granary worker now as well, you know. Maybe they'll come in over time. Let's hope so anyway. Pantry's full. Our burgage plot, is it? It is indeed, isn't it? Okay. I think we are ready for another worker then. I think we'll remove the worker from the large storehouse and actually put them in the granary instead. Because I want the beer moving into the tavern a bit more consistently. And hopefully... have we buried the bodies now? No, there's still 40 bodies that need burial. You guys are burying them, aren't you? Yeah, is he the one that's doing the burying? Yeah, he is. He's off to get them. Yeah, so while they're going, let's have a look at trade. So it should be commodities, shouldn't it, or trade and materials. But iron slabs will sell for 4. Or we can sell the tools for an undisclosed amount because it's a major trade. Almost tempted just to sell the iron slabs straight away then. I'm going to tell them to export. Not really bothered about a surplus. Well, beer is only going to become more and more popular, especially as we begin moving some houses up to level 2, which I am going to start doing now because they're going to give us regional wealth alongside doing that. So let's bring a total of 4 houses up to level 2. Could even go for 3 because that'll push us up to large village, which should be quite tasty. We'll see what happens. Yeah, this berries pot is really filled with veg, isn't it? It's taken a while to clear up, but otherwise, vegetables starting to come through into that economy now, aren't they? We've got 129 of them. How about our bloomery? You're transporting, are you? That you're helping to build, I think, are you? Or do you actually, have you burnt through all that ore already? Yeah, still. Yeah, there you go. So we got 5 iron slabs. 7 in here too. Oh look, we can see our orchards beginning to bloom now. They have little white flowers on them. How fun. And hopefully over here as well. Yep. Very nice. Although there's no people actually in here at the moment. No one's living there. How about here? Yeah, I'm still waiting for families to move in down that way actually. Should hopefully give us some more workers. So Hildebolt is trying to claim this region here. I'm really not in a position to try and fight him yet. That leaves 1 more region left to be claimed. At which point we will go to war with him, won't we? We will. So we can't work on this settlement just yet. However, if we were to have a little look at it, it's very fertile. So this will be the breadbasket of our empire, absolutely. Rye and emmer can be grown in abundance here. We could also grow a little bit of rye over in Wildfeld as well, couldn't we? There's a bit of fertility around here. Although we'd have to bring in some more workers to do that. I wouldn't mind some more population in this village. So let's circle a road up and around the lake. And then we'll do a pretty similar concept to what we've been doing thus far. I reckon that's probably big enough for 2 berries pots there, isn't it? 1 would be a bit overkill there. And then we do still have some regional wealth to spend, for which we could upgrade another one of these back gardens. This is a massive one, isn't it? Should we do that for veg? That'll feed them for days. We'll never go hungry with that. That should keep them stocked for a long time. Again, that fishing pond's really helping them as well. Cool. So everyone's happy over here. That honey is still making it in a decent abundance, actually. So now we have level 2 houses in over here. The only thing they're actually not happy about for level 2, immediately having come in, is clothing variety. So we have shoes, clothes, or cloaks is what one of them wants. I believe the best way to do that... How are we doing for hide? 15. Is that coming from the hunter though, or coming from the goats? I think it's coming from the goats, isn't it? So maybe... house. You've got chickens, haven't you? Which in all honesty aren't contributing an enormous amount. I think I'd rather turn you into a cobbler. So then we can get the last clothing upgrade for level 2 homes, which should be quite nice. Our little marketplace fleshing out here as well, isn't this nice? So cool. Should we take a walk through the market? We can see the produce of our settlement on sale here. Got berries, vegetables, got the food market. Common goods here. Bits of leather, firewood. More food down here as well. It's very immersive that the fact the sort of products you actually produce are the ones that appear in the market. I love, there's such a little detail that, but really helps with the immersion, doesn't it? It really does. We've got some pretty tasty regional wealth to run with at the minute. I really want to start producing spares. Now, if I was to import them, 140 gold, which we're very nearly able to afford that, actually. I'd love to have some more people trading, as we're selling the war bows and the iron now. Still not too bad for construction materials either. Can we get this church done, please? I would really like this to be done. Oh, Shark Spits has just moved up a level 2. Wonderful, okay. Well, this might be perfect then. So because we've not really specialised this province into anything in particular, I'm quite happy to go into another branch. Now, the cost for establishing a new trade route is halved, is very appealing, which will also allow us to move into better deals at some point as well. Armourer's Workshop, I'm not massively bothered about. Heavy Plough, would have been no farming here. I still find it a bit ridiculous. Sheep breeding is a technology. Also, sheeps can't breed without that point. It's a bit weird. And because we're doing so much trading here, especially with the iron arriving from Windfeld now, I'm going to take trade logistics and then probably take better deals after that. So that is perfect timing, because now when I come in to do my spears here, it's 70. Although we did just spend all our regional wealth on something. And I guess bring in at least 20 surplus for those spears, because I'm probably going to want to be able to summon some more units. We can't even fully stock the units we have currently. But we will with population increases, which is something I would like to work on for Shack Spit. So let's head over and spend that development point for Wildfeld over here. So I think advanced year-round fishing for these guys, right? I think it has to be. Eventually deep mine would be quite cool, but that's 2 points away. So, deep mining. It does mean an indefinite resource count. I mean, how many does it have without that? I mean, we've not even made a dent in it yet, so I think I'm going to go with the fishing here. Yes, so let's do advanced pond keeping. So that will allow them to fish this year round. Did it also double the deposit, did it? Yeah, so it doubles the capacity. So there's now 1,430 fish resource there, which is pretty mental. But yeah, that should be quite a little successful settlement now. Don't think we're going to be bringing it to level 2 anytime soon. I'm really using this as a kind of a bitch settlement for Jack Spits at the minute. But yeah, we'll come to develop it at some point. I'd love to get some farms out there as well, like we've discussed. New families are arriving here, which is perfect. A little bit of regional wealth. Let's have a little review of our trade situation here, actually. What is it we're actually importing? We're exporting stone. Only worth 1 though, isn't it? It's pretty terrible, that, really. And we won't be importing any spears until we buy this trade route, because it is a major trade. I think the game could do with kind of a trade screen, couldn't it? Kind of a breakdown, a bit of a ledger, if you like. And we're also importing malt still as well, but that's kind of essential now because we need to keep the tavern stocked, which we can also upgrade as well into a large tavern with an increased pantry. Workers can supply up to 100 burgage plots. I'm going to do that while we've got the ale here already. Yeah, we've got a family living in this burgage plot on the edge of town now as well. So I think the next apple orchard is going to come here. We'll spend that when we get that 50 regional wealth. That should be quite nice. And then in terms of construction, I wouldn't mind doing a bit of expansion around our manor. So let's open up the castle planner. Poet, and I didn't even know it. Let's bring some fences around the side wall. Make it quite dramatic. We'll have that. It's going to cost us 46 planks. We've still got quite a bit to use yet. Let's have an outer tower there. And then I guess one on the other side. And then can we build the tax office as well? Can we do a little bit of sort of fusing here, I wonder? Not that this really matters, but see if we can sort of align it there maybe. And we'll commit to that. We'll upgrade our Lord's Manor with a bit of infrastructure around it. They're immediately going to get to work on that, which is good. There we go, church is getting worked on now. I don't know why they were taking so long to actually get that done. But interestingly enough, the church counts toward the level even once you upgrade it. It doesn't actually need to be constructed. We just got 176 through trade then. That is cashback. We have people here, yeah, we do. So apple orchard for you. Apple orchard for you. Hello people. And let's also open up that trade route for spears. Yes, please. So there's 17. So that's not too bad. What else do our spearmen use? Shields as well. So do you want to have a look at shields? Because I don't think we'll be producing them locally. I did want to set up... Yeah, do we want to demolish the chickens and bring in the cobbler here? We could do. We don't have the regional wealth for it right now. I'm just not... I feel like chickens have been nerfed a lot. Eggs used to really contribute toward the food economy and they're not at the minute. Yeah, I'm going to demolish the chickens. Yeah, chickens have been demolished. And then we're going to turn this level 2 guy into a cobbler, which will provide our level 2 houses with the last bit of clothing that they need. But we'll wait for some regional wealth to pop in there. But otherwise, we're at decent 12-month stock now. Fuel is absolutely incredible. Got lots of fuel coming in. Plenty of timber as well. I think we're okay here for the time being, aren't we? We could possibly explore having some houses around here. I think I'm going to delete some of these roads. And then we'll reposition them to hold some further apple houses, because that's pretty much what's going to lie over here. Right, can we bring you down here? Yeah, we can. And then let's have this new road. Cool to have a bridge coming out of here at some point, but I guess there is one just down the road, so probably not an immediate need for one here. Let's just run with the boundary there where the game will let us draw out. And then if we say another burgage plot here, let's fill that. So where's that road going there? And you just abruptly end, do you? There we go, that's what I want. And let's see what sort of shape we can design this way. If we were to move you down. We can probably manipulate that with the roads a little bit more. But I'm happy with that to just be there, to be honest, I think. Right, let's head back to Shackspits. Everyone's happy here now. We're back with that taxation. Seems to be a lot better, doesn't it? We're going to be earning some more passive regional wealth as well now with multiple level 2 houses in. Let's go ahead and make you the cobbler's shop, which I think will want leather, if I remember rightly. So we do have a fair bit of hide knocking about. Is anyone at the tannery though? No. Let's put someone in the tannery then, and we'll remove our woodcutters. Fine, just noticed a new population. Yep, wonderful. So I'm really hoping... Oh, would you look at that? You can see the apples. Oh. Oh, that is... Hold on. Hold on. Let's take the first person perspective, shall we? I want to see if the other orchards have apple props. From what I remember, they don't. Look at those vegetables out there being grown. You really get a sense of scale being in the first person view, don't you? Yeah, there's apple props there too. Do you guys have them? Didn't we just plant you there? Oh, okay, yeah, so the fresh orchards don't have apple props on them. So this is new. And then what we just saw, of course, was grown apples, which is, didn't think I would be excited about grown apples as I actually am seeing them in Manor Lords. Very, very cool. The different shades as well. Isn't that such an unnecessary but incredibly cool detail? There's different shadage of apple. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Love that. Have they contributed to our food economy yet? Not quite. I'm hoping, I think they're harvested September each year, isn't it? So hopefully it's this year. We're in August right now. We're going to see the first apples come in, which would be great. Do we have people living here? We do. You have apples already. That's fine. You out here. I also want you to have apples. Mentioned I just want essentially apple orchards as far as the eye can see. And then same with this house. Pretty sure we wanted one here as well, didn't we? Can I fill you in this whole space? Yeah, perfect. One burgage plot with the apple orchards against the river. That is exactly what I wanted to happen. Superb. Our apiaries are still working at pretty decent capacity. Honey is moving around. How are our bloomery people doing? Are you guys not getting the iron anymore? Or have you just used it all up? You probably have, haven't you? Let's take you out of the bloomery then. I'm wondering, is that a supply issue perhaps? I think it is because there's 72 iron ore here waiting. So I am going to set up the pack station here now. Your partner is Shackspits, and you will send iron ore in receipt for more honey. And that essentially should double the capacity of iron ore and honey at the same time, moving via pack station. So Ditz is now already bartering, so he's off immediately with the iron ore. So we're now seeing the pack stations come in a little bit more there, right? You guys are absolutely rolling in it. You've got so much food and fuel, considering there's only a few of you over here. I do want to move this as well, though, now. Let's relocate the logging camp to a bit more of an appropriate position. I wouldn't mind you clearing all this forest out here, actually. In the very long distant future, if we ever reach that point in this series, it'd be great to have the settlements touching via the borders, but that's a significant development away yet. Let's move the logging camp over here. I think we'll do the same with Saw Pit and the Woodcutter's Lodge as well. Put that one there, and then you come over here as well. Cool, you can start deforesting the border with Shackspits here as well now, essentially. And let's also upgrade our small stable for the ox. He looks a little bit sad and lonely out there, doesn't he? Let's give him a roof at least. And otherwise, everyone's pretty happy over here. We don't have the regional wealth, unfortunately, to bring these people anything. So maybe let's build them a trade post as well, because they've got a lot of stuff to trade. Have the trade post. Where do we want this? Nearby to the town centre, really. Kind of over here is really what I'm after. Just where we demolish the logging camp. There we go. And we can set up some very basic trade here because they've got so much food for such a small population. We can probably sell a lot of that fish, especially now we have the fish specialization, if you like. How are we doing over here now? Workers can't find anything to gather. That's because you picked all the berries. They are now gone. Come back there next year. In terms of food, everyone over here is absolutely wonderful. We've got still tons of firewood, but the population is increasing, so it will get used. Bandit camp was sighted. Where? Okay, yeah, let's go. Let's go take care of that. Summon the merry men. We'll take the retinue. We don't really need all of them here. Yeah, let's just take that. And we can't summon them round here, which is a bit irritating. There we go. Make sure you leave yourself enough room by the board if you want to summon, by the way. Come on, Retinue. What are you boys doing? It's time to go. The bloody construction workers are blocking them. Get out of the way. There we go. We shouldn't be invaded. We have defeated that main army now. The next significant assault from a force will be when we clash with Hildebalt. Yep, come over here. Come and march toward this new bandit camp. And set yourselves up there. That was taking them around this way. Where's Lord Hildebalt? Does he come from the same direction every time? Yeah, he's already over here. Okay. Come set up by the bridge then. Let's make sure we get there before he does. We should do. Although I said that last time. He's not stealing that camp again. I refuse to allow it. We definitely move faster than him, don't we? You can clearly see that, I think. Right. Let's make sure we manage this properly. I want my spares here. I'm not going to wait to use the bottleneck. Because I think it's too risky. In terms of, we're just going to waste time for Hildebalt getting over here. I really want that bandit camp again. Can we bring the archers actually onto the bridge? Let's make sure Hildebalt's not close. Because this is what happened last episode, wasn't it? Should be a pretty easy battle, this one. See if we can sneak the archers around the side. Should be able to. Formation there. Definitely the tactic for the battles in Manor Lords is to just pin them in place with spears and then batter them from behind with the archers. Very much Total War. It's pretty much how I play Total War, to be honest. Just flank with archers is the most overpowered thing for pretty much any medieval RTS. There we go. Right, you go home and you come and get the bandit camp immediately, please. There you go. Come on, because it's bloody hidden in the foliage, isn't it? How are you boys living out here? Dense as hell. Right, they're off to get that. Let you boys get back across the border. Giving us the opportunity to claim the last province of Rohalok, which will give us rich clay, iron, fishing. Big old province this one, isn't it? It's huge. But we'll get it before Hildebalt, which is really ultimately what matters. And then a new message. Where do we want to send this regional wealth? Yeah, do we want to send it to the Lord? We could get Retinue and Militia with that. But the Militia are an ongoing monthly fee, aren't they? How much are they? Local thugs are pretty terrible. We don't want to be wasting money on them. Otherwise, the flock of the flock of crazy geese could do a job for us. I'm generally not sure on that one. I think we'll carry on building our own forces. I think that's what I'll do. So we're going to send it to the treasury. Because we can use it to carry on upgrading our retinue as well, can't we? Right, let's send the archers back as well. The boys are coming through. Anyway, back too, so make sure we get these disbanded so they can get back to their jobs. Wonderful. Yep, disband boys. So I would like to get some more treasury wealth, because next episode I think I want to get the farming province working. Which would be quite good. And that we do need that regional wealth, or treasury wealth, sorry, to Well, to set the settlement up, don't we? The settlement camp, I think it's called. Before we do finish off the episode, oh yes, the apples are being harvested. They're being harvested. Let's get into the orchard here, shall we? Go around the corner. It's a proper dad jog he does, isn't it? It's like when you're slightly late for the bus. That. He's walking away with his little apple basket now, is he? Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Are you taking that back into the house? Yep. Well, that's just awesome, isn't it? So apple harvests are now coming in, which is seriously propping up our food supply. Very, very cool. Let me head to the large granary. So we've got 26 apples in. I'm keen to see just exactly how much one harvest is going to bring. These people here are still harvesting. There's our new region as well. I'm going to stick another family into the trading post here because I just want to start shifting more volume. More frequent trades would be great. Did we have our cobbler? We did. So what is it you want? You want leather. We have to make sure we're producing that. Are our level 2 houses satisfied now? Perfect, look at that. We got full satisfaction on every level 2 plot at Shack Spits now, which is wonderful. Our apple orchards, we've got multiple of them now through here. Now I want to get this burgage plot done as well. And there goes our trader. Wonderful. Fantastic. Great progress in today's episode, everyone. I am also planning to upload this into one huge supercut at the end of the series as well, so you can kind of watch all 6, 7, 8 hours of it, however long the series ends up being. You can watch it all in one sitting as well. Wicked. Yeah, got a little bit of meat in there as well, although the hunters are also farmers because they have the vegetable plot, don't they? Yeah, the tavern is still under construction. There's a little bit of iron ore making it back now, so back into the bloomery. And I wouldn't mind doing a bit of smithing as well. Let's get that smithy working. Whilst we set that up today, I'm back in Wildfeld. We have moved most of our stuff, so Woodcutter's Lodge and Saw Pit can begin working again as well. Now we can just start to mass clear all of this stuff out. This settlement's nice and happy. We've got nearly 100 ore in here now. I wouldn't mind actually getting that upgraded. So I'll tell you what, don't cut firewood. Do saw pit instead. And then we'll use those planks next episode to upgrade the storehouse here, because with all that ore coming in, it's quickly going to fill up. But otherwise, some really, really good progress today in terms of setting up the pack stations. We've got apples finally coming into our food economy, which is so great. I really love seeing those orchards produce some food. So it turns out we're having great success with apples and honey in Manor Lords Update 4. Definitely the backbone of our food economy as we have our new church. And we also move up to level 2 burgage plots as well, which is brilliant. Otherwise, massive shout out to the patrons that support the channel with a roll call to our golden eggs, Andrew Perez, Louis Adlam of Hey Casino, and Phoenix MD. If you want to get involved in that, links below to Patreon. And Instant Gaming are the best ways to support the channel, should you so wish. But I'm really enjoying Manor Lords Update 4. If you've yet to play this very chill early access city builder, cannot recommend it to you enough. There's so much more to come and so much more still to explore in this update, so thank you for continuing to enjoy the series. Otherwise, I shut up there. Let's thank you all so much for watching, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day.